Let's start this video with Pranjali Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. In this video, I would like to explain about intonation patterns. But before that, let me to introduce myself first. My name is Kadek Winda Dwimayanti. I am from the third semester of Bangli class. Intonation itself is the combination of pitch of voice, stress, and rhythm to produce meaning. When we talk about intonation, we're talking about how these three things, pitch, stress, and rhythm, come together to give meaning to what we are seeing. It's like the musicality of speech that help convey our emotion, our intention, and the actual meaning that we want to communicate. There are three means of intonation. The first is falling intonation. Falling intonation is intonation that is characterized by a tone of voice that drops at the end of the sentence. And then number two is rising intonation. Rising intonation is an intonation that characterized by rising tone of voice at the end of the sentence. And the last is fall rise intonation. Fall rise intonation is intonation that characterized by a rising tone of the voice at the beginning and falling intonation at the end of the sentence. In simple terms, these intonation patterns are like the melodies of our speech. They help listeners to understand if we are making a statement, asking a question, or just adding a bit of complexity to our message. Next, I will explain the use of these three patterns in a sentence. The first sentence is statement sentence. Statement sentence usually use fall intonation because in the last part of the sentence the tone drops. For example, I am a student. That drops in the end of the sentence. Number two is she live in Bangli. And the last example is I eat seafood today. You can hear that in the end of the sentence, the tone is dropped. And the pronunciation of some of the sentence above, the tone used at the end of the sentence will drop. So, statement sentence use fall intonation. Next sentence is open question sentence. In an open question sentence, such a sentence that use what, where, why, when, who, and how. This sentence usually aims to provide information to the questioner. In an open question, the tone at the end of the sentence drops. So the open question use falling intonation. For example, how was your day? What are you doing? Why you look sad? You can hear the falling intonation at the end of the sentence. Next is closed question sentence. This type of question is a question that is answered with yes or no. In a closed question sentence, at the end of the sentence, tone of voice will rise. It can be said that the closed question use rising intonation. We can look at the example. Do you like chocolate? Are you excited? Have you ever been to Jakarta? Then next, we have a tag question. Tag question are sentences that consist of two parts. The statement at the beginning of the sentence and the tag question itself at the end of the sentence. That question, use of falling intonation and rising intonation due to the context of the sentence. For example, the moon is beautiful, isn't it? The context of the sentence is about two people who both see the moon and the sentence using falling intonation because the tone at the end of the sentence is dropped. You can hear the moon isn't beautiful. The moon is beautiful, isn't it? This is use of falling intonation. But you can see in a second example, you are coming home, right? In this sentence, use rising intonation because the sentence at the end rise and the sentence express doubt. Let me to tell to you, you are coming home, right? This right is the right word is rise. So we can know that the second example is rising intonation. And the last example is falling intonation because isn't it? Isn't it is fall. Next is less. The last one is less. An example of less sentence, we can look at the second example. Prepare books, pens, lab coats, and masks before conducting an experiment. In the word books, pen, lab coats, use rising intonation. And in the last word, and mask, the tone uses falling intonation, which marks the completion of the sentence. This list usually marked with the word and. Look at that in a third example. Don't forget to bring a toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, and a towel to take a better. In the first example, we need milk, egg, bread, and cheddar cheese. The second example, prepare books, pens, lab coats, and masks. The third example, don't forget to bring a toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, and a towel. Okay, that's all. The use of three patterns in a sentence. Let me to conclude my explanation. The first is statement sentence use falling intonation. Number two, open question use falling intonation also. And number three, closed question use rising intonation. And tag question use both falling and rising intonation according to the context of the sentence. And the last list use rising, 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 and falling intonation. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. That's all from me. I do apologize if there is inconvenience during the video. And I will close this video with Paramasanti. Om Santi, Santi, Santi Om.